Welcome once again to BCHS.TV. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, joined with a co-host today, Gwen Shroyer. We're going to talk about CTE program here, Career Tech Education at Bradley Central, and all the great opportunities that offer to the students here that maybe some folks outside the school system don't know about. Or
it's a big part of what we do and really fills out careers in the community and abroad.
And it just gives kids an opportunity to look at so many different things that they may be interested in that could be a career path for them, or they may try something here and say, well, that's not for me, let me try something else. But you look at our agriculture program here, even from the old school at Bradley Central, North Dakota, and to today's program, for over 50 years, they've won the Gold Emblem, which is the top award nationally.
That is the big one.
And no one else has equaled that in the entire country.
And when you talk to other schools about that, they know who Bradley is.
Yes, they do.
I mean, across the country, you're at Bradley. Yeah, FFA. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we know we're running for second place here, you know. Carrie, Lou Ann Carey and Jimmy Haynes back there they do a fantastic job. They've got some great programs back there from hydroponics. They have the yearly where they sell the plants and the flowers.
Yeah, the greenhouse program is phenomenal, and they sell a lot of vegetable plants as well as other things that you might use for decoration, flowers, shrubs,
type things. And one of the highlights of the year every year, though, is Farm Day. We have that toward the end of the year, and out here, it's like we have a farm here on campus with all the animals and the things that they bring in. It's really neat to be a part of, and the whole school turns out for that and watch that, and it's just a great program, I think.
That's a good time.
It is. Let's look at automotive now. Back here in automotive, people don't understand. Tim Turner back here, he's got a automotive shop where they can, with 4 hydraulic lifts, just like a big dealership.
That's right. In fact, most of the time, there is somebody's vehicle that needs repair. They pull out back, they pull up next to the shop door. Of course, they've already talked with him, and the students will pull that in on the rack, and they'll take a look and see what they can do, give an estimate of what the problem is, and try to come up with some solutions. And they also compete as well in Skills USA,
yes.
And they have certifications that the students can qualify for and get them out of high school straight into a job. A lot of jobs out there in automotive.
And they start out from soup to nuts. The youngsters coming in learn how to change spark plugs, just small minor things, tires, all the way up into rebuilding engines, transmissions, things of that nature. It's phenomenal what they can do.
And the electronics. The computer age of automotives in the past 20 years has taken over. It's not like back in, before the 80s, you could pretty easily work on a car with just a little bit of understanding.
Even
now,
somebody like me, you could.
Well, and me, I'm afraid of it now. But the computer, sensors and all those things that go on in vehicles, that's a big, big deal.
It's huge. Speaking of automotive, we got a automotive body repair, collision repair shop under Rob Parker back there that is second to none in the educational system. You could go back there and he's got cars sanded off, getting ready to be painted. I mean, just all kind of repair work they do back there.
Oh yeah, and sometimes you can smell that paint in the hallway, just saying.
Yeah.
But they do a great job. You can see some of the work they do from time to time on hoods and fenders, just practicing. But again, just like Mr. Turner's class, they bring in vehicles and actually work on them there as well.
It's real life stuff.
The two of those programs together have a car club. They call it the Bare Knuckles Car Club, and they've just started this up. They have an auto show later this fall. That will be a feature. I mean, we're talking some unreal vehicles will be on campus, and they do that during the school day, so the students get to take interest in that, and they also roll in some of their vehicles. But that's a brand new club that has taken a lot of interest on campus.
It's just amazing to be around and see what I even seen a boat back there the other day. They're cleaning the side off, I guess, of that. And let's talk about where we're at right now in the AV Productions area back here in your studio. I mean, you're overseeing all of this. 4 straight state championships.
That's right.
That you won with your youth group.
It's unbelievable, and to try to make that happen every year, it's unbelievable. But that is 100% on the students. I kind of give them a role play throughout the year. These are the measures that we put in place daily, and they take that on themselves. And leadership, there's 3 different tiers of leadership, and they observe each other and critique each other and work through all these advantages that they have on a daily basis and put it in motion. So when we compete at state level, we're competing against other schools that actually, some of them have a TV station on campus. Some of them work with local cable stations and have a channel, but we don't. We are very fortunate to have WTMB air our news every day at 5 o'clock. You can catch that, Channel 5, Vox News. We also, try to grip those younger students and put them in some of that competition role play throughout the year as well, so they can learn that.
And well, your department also is responsible for streaming athletic events.
We love that.
Graduation and things that's
Yes.
significant. And
Lots of events.
Videoing anything and everything here on campus.
We
and
do over
replay.
100 events per
Wow.
year, and that's aside from the news. That is just
That's incredible.
an unreal amount of different events that go on either in our theater or in stadium, over in the gym, or anywhere else on campus.
Well, I know you've got some great plans down the road. Maybe one day we'll have our own TV station, our
Maybe.
own radio station.
Maybe.
Because that would be another offering to the students who can pick up electronics. Your students now, when they're in your class, they go on into college, and they're doing things in college.
They do.
aren't you?
I have
With
students all
employers,
over
too.
in college. We have some internships. There's 2 or 3 students right now in internships, a couple of them in paid internships, and they work really hard to learn whatever facet they can in the corporate environment, and then use that to play to whatever they can in getting them a job later on.
Well, another big Skills USA winner is the carpentry and,
Absolutely.
and cabinetry shop back there under Paul Schull, who does a fantastic job. We've got a huge woodworking department back there where they build dog houses and bird houses, and they build cabinets and shelves and drawers and things. It's amazing and the different levels, depending on where you are in the class
Right.
area there, you can advance right through there. And here again, they go and compete on a statewide, national type level, and are quite successful.
Back in middle school, I took a woodworking class. That's what we used to call shop classes, by what they dealt with, metalworking, woodworking. And I mean, what I did in class is nothing like what these students are preparing themselves for in the future. It's a very creative environment. They're very blessed with the proper tools and instruction over there. And like you said, they compete at the regional, state, and national level almost every year.
Well, the key thing you mentioned there is they have the equipment.
Yes.
I don't have equipment like they have at home. They've got all these great saws. It's in a safe environment.
It is.
They have to take all the safety precautions, and Mr. Schull is there with them to assure that they do that. But it's just another amazing opportunity for students up here. The STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and math, which is called STEM, it's the acronym for that, under a lot of different teachers. Rob Parker, Adam McClary, and those folks there that provide different aspects, different teachers on campus that cover that.
Yeah, when you think technology in the science, technology, education, and math, you think of technology mostly as computer-based technology, but it's not always technology, just a computer alone. Sometimes it's robotics. Sometimes it is changing out tool and die manufacturing systems. And
Repairing cell phones.
Repairing cell phones. There's a lot of different things that go involved in that that are right here on campus. And you have Sean Williams in machining, Robbie McIntyre with, like you said, with cybersecurity and phone repair and computer networking and hardware. But you also have Adam McClary, who does CAD design, which is a huge facet of anything in architecture. If you're going to build anything, you start with a CAD design and work from there. And then you have mechatronics, which mechatronics facilitates a lot of the machining design where that we have Denso, Wacker, Whirlpool. I mean, you name all the big companies around here, M&M, they all have some kind of mechatronics delivery type machine that computes what to accomplish in a given range of what they're building, or even just, repairing, working on in general.
And you got Dak Keelan, who
Dak
oversees
is
mechatronics.
amazing. Man, he's got a lot of energy.
He does, boy. And they build these robots. It's pretty neat to see them build these robots with engines that will roll across the floor, remote control, pick up things, move things around.
That is a competition at Skills USA.
It is.
One of the fails that always happens is when they have to go over a little hump or pick something up and the robot will tip over or just not have enough horsepower to move around at all. So they calculate all those measures and put that together, and it's pretty fascinating.
It really is. Another big department back here, maybe one of the largest of these in the whole county, is cosmetology, with a huge beauty salon with so many chairs back there and a ton of students. Matter of fact, it's where I get my hair cut when it needs it.
Yeah.
It's not very often, but
I used to.
Paula Deal oversees that.
Yeah, Paula Deal, Diana Henry. They do nails, skin, hair, and probably other things that I'm not even aware of. But they really, and you're right, that is a big culture phenomenon.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 50s when people started having a little extra money after the war, they wanted to look a little nicer. And that has rolled into a huge economic trend for somebody wanting a job in that area. It's a service industry, but man, they make you look good.
And students can literally walk right out of here into a job almost the first day when they graduate because of all the great training.
Our town is full of people that are, you know, have been through that program.
Yes, they sure are. Criminal justice, another huge facet and aspect of today's life as we live it with Greg Kersey.
That's on the news every day. You see anything from security, basic elements of security, mall patrol, you know, schools, we now have security and SROs, to full on, you know, military police and everything in between. Our sheriff's office and our city police department both have facilitated a lot of people that have been through criminal justice at this school. And we have a wonderful academy that after you finish high school, you can go to over at Cleveland State. And it's a great way to dive off the deep end, so to speak, even if you want to be a lawyer, to have that education basis for law and even working in the court system.
Well, Greg Kersey, former officer, he's seen and done it all basically. He can tell you some great stories about things that happened, real life things that happened while he was working on the job there. Culinary arts, another huge aspect here at
one of my
Bradley
favorites.
Central. Well, we like to eat there too. You know. Chef Lamont Johnson, who is returned right now at Bradley Central, to another award-winning Skills USA type program there.
That's right.
Just does a great job.
Yeah, they've won state and national awards, and they secure a lot of people jobs after high school as well. They also have training, Surf Save. They do specific training for restaurant procedures, and Mr. Johnson knows what he's doing, chef as we call him. He knows what he's doing, and he propels that. He doesn't mess with any nonsense in the kitchen. And just like those before him, there's been a legacy of culinary chefs that have taught that program, and he's one of those. And like you said, Skills USA competitions, I can name a lot of students that have been through that program. They're doing really well.
Well, I was in there just last Thursday. We have the bistro here at Bradley Central on Thursdays that the teachers and the staff are allowed to go in and sit, just like a real restaurant. You sit down, they serve you and wait on you. And I was one of the first in line. He was back there barking orders to those students, you know, left and right, like a drill sergeant.
Oh, yeah.
You know, come on, we got to get ready. People are in line out here ready to eat there, but does a great job for us there. Family and consumer science, what we used to refer to, I guess, as home ec.
That's true.
In the old days.
That's true.
It's a huge program here at Bradley, too.
It is, and they teach a lot of life skills, a lot of things that you normally wouldn't see in any other classroom, but they also have a program if you want to study to be a teacher. And they have internships that you can go to a specific school and work with a elementary school teacher and work in a program that, you know, is pretty exclusive just to high school students. And there are several students doing really well with that. The two teachers here, Angela Kersey and Olivia Scoggins, do a great job with those programs, and we would like to see more of that, especially the skills training. Anybody that can fold clothes, you know, do dishes, all those things around that are essential at home, some of that stems from learning how to do it here in high school. And I'm not saying that's what the program is all about, but those schools are totally essential.
It's just everyday skills that we all need to know and understand and know how to perform those. The Family and Community Social Health Services, another important program here at Bradley Central as well.
That is a vibrant program. There are 3 teachers in that program, Tammy Estrada and Drew German and Jessica Stone just joining us. They do everything from basic methods and procedures of how to, how not to, with dealing anything medical related, blood, typical procedures in how you take information, how you screen, and how you secure information, to full-on anatomy. They have some machines back there, big computer tables that basically you could do by design almost surgical procedures. It's amazing, and those programs feature the best of the best teachers and send out into the community the best of the best students.
I've seen Drew German in action a lot of times working, you know, as like a orthopedic type person, you know, can help correct things that are injured on you. And he teaches nutrition too. I've been privy to watch him have athletes come in there who are trying to bulk up a little bit. He tells, here's what you need to eat, here's what you don't need to eat.
True, and he's also done weight training.
Yes.
Kind of, this is how the proper way to do it with your balance and structure, and we actually did a video series been over a year ago, but a very, very interesting program. It's not just medical in the sense of, you know, learning all these foreign Latin terms and how they're supposed to be used, but actually practicing hands-on methods.
It's sort of a wellness type approach, I guess, there too. Information technology, and where would the world be without information technology today? Everything is driven by information technology.
The biggest trend in information technology right now is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is fundamentally growing like wildfire, and I know Robbie McIntyre is working through a couple classes in that environment. There's a great class over at Chattanooga State that he is linked with, and they also compete in Skills USA. Of course, they also do phone repair and networking and cabling and essential things that you would think of somebody that knows how to take care of a computer problem. But beyond that, think about cybersecurity. We deal with that on a daily basis, and you can go online and see places that are hacking other places, and it's a very vibrant community. They know each other really well, the ones that are the top dogs. But what a great thing to have here at Bradley Central High School for those students that want to carry on that career field.
And it'll become even more important in the world we live in as time marches on there. Marketing, we have a great marketing program that covers a lot of aspects of marketing, from economics to salesmanship and things of that nature.
True, and they kind of clump that all together here at Bradley. We have marketing with our business group and finance planning, and also salesmanship with the marketing, and last but not least, you have the work-based learning, which
yes,
puts things into practice. And essentially, just like in my studio, I talk all the time, you're not going to learn by me telling you about it. You're going to learn by going out and even making some mistakes, what not to do after you've tried it a few times. And work-based learning puts those students on the job and gives them expertise, hard and soft skills that mature them beyond the normal classroom procedures that we have in our core classes here. Puts those things into use.
And we've heard so many different partners in the community say,
absolutely,
I want this kid when they're out of school. I don't want him to come
in
back
fact,
to work.
Vocker has a really unique program. Ian Marchese, one of our wrestlers that graduated 2 years ago or a year before last, went through the Vocker internship as a high school student, and he does so many hours over there. Now he's in college continuing with that, and you know, also gets paid while he's doing that over there. It's a really wonderful program. But I mean, there are not really limits in the type of career that you can choose with work-based learning. You can go work at a sales shop, you know, somebody that's selling something, or you can go into a production place and do something, you know, on a printing press or whatever, you know, is allowable by your age set. There's so many different things that you can do.
Really are. Another skill set back here we teach at Bradley is welding. We didn't mention that earlier.
Welding is amazing, and I know there are so much emphasis on these critical jobs that we have holes in our, you know, growth. We have jobs open and we're not able to fill them. Well, Bradley students are going to fill them. They're constantly moving into that, you know, position. Welding is one of those. It's a job that you need to know exactly what you're doing. You don't want somebody coming to your house, do some kind of welding that doesn't have a clue what they're doing. You want somebody with the proper training and certification and years of experience, and that's what we're producing at Bradley. They also compete at Skills USA.
Right.
And we have a new teacher over there,
Jeremy Siegel,
and he's doing a fine job. You see that guy, he looks like he drives a big, you know, nice motorcycle, or
yeah,
you know, he just got that persona. The kids are already loving that.
Yeah, and all of our instructors, in whether it be carpentry or whatever, they're all certified in the skills and to make sure that kids are in a safe environment. In welding, it's just a great program there. Probably one of the largest welding shops in the whole city.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. In fact, speaking of shops in the city, the Pie Center, which is opening up soon. In fact, they'll start some renovations in the spring, I hear. One of the programs that will be developed over there is our welding program, and we'll be partnering with the Wright brothers, and I'm not even sure all the other partnerships they have, but they will have things to actually accomplish there in the classroom environment, in welding classroom environment.
Well, I know the Center for Sports Medicine.
That's right.
is gonna
That's
have a
another
presence
big
there.
thing, and I'm sure Drew German will have something to say about how we activate that.
And if you went and toured the facilities when they had the open house there a couple of months back, you could see, boy, there are some grandiose plans of what could really happen.
It's really neat.
It's going to be a very robust program in a lot of ways. Cleveland State was going to be there. They want to have a presence on site. So there's so many different partners there, and I know they're working on getting other partners, but Dr. Linda Cash is really and the commission and the school board are behind that to try to get that thing into fruition and make that happen for, and not just be Bradley students, be other students from Walker Valley and places like that.
Right.
And even Polk County said they can bring folks over.
And maybe some others.
Yeah. But that's going to be an exciting time once that gets open. We hope that's not too long down the road.
Yeah.
But there's a look at all the different things that are offered here at Bradley Central, and so many, 21 programs I think we talked about, that something there will pique your interest to come and be involved as a student. It may teach you that, hey, this is something I thought I liked, I didn't like that, but it lets you know.
That's right. And if you are a partner watching this somewhere in the community that is interested in being a partner with what we're doing in whatever program it is that you're, highlighting, give us a call and see if we can make some kind of a reach out moment and talk through segments of agreement and what can we do for you and what can you do for us kind of thing. But we would love to partner with more. I think the more the merrier.
Anytime that you have an idea, don't think it's too silly to throw out there, because we're always open and pliable, flexible to about anything that people can come up with. So.
True.
Well, we're going to wrap it up now here on BCHS.TV. Again, my name is Gary Ownbey. This has been with Gwen Shroyer today, looking at all the CTE programs offered here at Bradley Central High School. You can review these, pass the word along on BCHS.TV or on Facebook or YouTube at BCHS Bear Network. So tune in, watch those, and for now we'll say so long, God bless, and go Bears.